Namaste and स्वागत to the Dalbat TV channel. अनि आज को कुराकानी session.
Yes.
We have me and
Upama. We're back again with the second Kurakani session.
It's the first actually.
Okay, we're here with our very first Kurakani session with me, Upama and Himshail. And yeah, what are we going to be talking about today?
आज के को कुरा गर्नु त?
So today we were thinking, actually, we were just thinking, but now we've decided what we're going to be talking about is both of us have our notes right here. We've done a little bit of a background research on some of the most interesting or one of the most interesting creation myth that is out there that really intrigued each of us. So we're just going to be talking about that. You did 3?
I did 3 तर एकदम छोटो.
एकदम छोटो? ए म चाहिँ लामो गरे.
Okay. Thank you. You have saved us, Red.
Yeah.
So मेरो 3 वटा छ. Creation myth भनेको चाहिँ it's about संसार कसरी बन्यो. अनि different culturesहरुको सबैको फरक हुन्छ.
Yeah.
अनि the most interesting ones that we could think of कि नत्र भने find.
Yeah, the most interesting one, and like basically it's also a myth. So every culture out there has some sort of myth, like if you're aware, I know. Myth actually is also like this kahani or stories or usually before going like as a part of a bedtime story. So okay, so Himshail,
yes.
So like let's talk about when you were sano hudaheri, what kind of like myth ne nabhaye pani fables or stories that you grew up listening to?
A lot of Hinduko stories in ke la Mahabharata,
right,
ani Ramayana and stuff like that. Khasai भन्ने हुन्छ धेरै चाहिँ. So पाण्डवहरुको धेरै, you know.
Yeah, the
झुट बोल्नु पर्यो भने पक्कै सिधै झुट चाहिँ नबोल्नु. That's the lesson I learned from के रे युधिष्ठिर. पक्का झुट के रे you know, the के रे हात्ती मर्यो भन्ने. सानो स्वरमा हात्ती मर्यो भन्नु.
ए त्यस्तो भएको थियो त्यस महाभारतमा चाहिँ.
को भीष्म पिता? नो. हैन कसको लागि हो? कसको छोरा मर्छ के त्यहाँ? अन्त त्यो एउटा हात्तीको पनि त्यही नाम हुन्छ नि त.
Yeah, right.
So like he asked Yudhishthir के हैन साच्चै नै मरेको हो भन्छ सोध्दाखेरि युधिष्ठिरले चाहिँ अन्त हो त्यो नाम हात्ती मरेको हो भन्छ के सानो स्वर नसुन्ने गरिकन के. So you know.
So ठुलै स्वरले भन.
So like
भन्ने भन्छ हात्ती भन.
So white lies.
Assess the elephant in the room. That's
मैले चाहिँ त्यो समक सिके. Maybe not the right समक सिक्नु, but that's the समक I learned.
And then that's why I feel like myths are in every culture, because they're kind of like symbolic in a sense. Like तिमीले के सिक्यो तिमीले आफै गल्ती गरेर सिक्नु भन्दा पनि सानै बेलादेखि नै तिमीले यो सिक्यो भने eventually what you're going to go on to do, you're going to go on to live a moral and just life. You know?
And in case you hear this, हावा चलिरहेछ बाहिर.
We have crazy wind coming. So that is west. I think this is westward wind. Crazy wind incoming today. So if you have that whistling noise, then it's just the wind gods coming to say hello to our session of Kurakani of the Creation.
Wrong day to be wearing just a t-shirt, but you know, there we go.
Yeah.
But anyway, so myths and creation myths are very interesting for me, at least, because संसार कसरी बन्यो थाहा छैन मान्छेलाई, कसरी आयो के भयो थाहा छैन, but they make up these stories about कसरी बन्यो to give meaning, हैन? कसरी भयो यतिकै थियो त भन्दा पुगेन भन्दा well को मान्छेले के गरेको थियो त्यसको लागि भएको खुसी भयो हजुर yes papa भनेर सुत्नु गयो. So no, that's why it's very interesting. It's different cultures, different religions, all have like different interpretations and different
elements as well in the story of the myths.
अनि
Yeah.
That's very interesting.
That's very interesting. And then, so we can start off with your creation myth. What do you have for us today?
Okay, so today we'll start off with the cosmic egg. The Chinese mythology. I'm just going to read it out.
Right.
Angrezima, because, you know, internet ma khojdakheri Nepali ma didaina.
Okay.
So in ancient Chinese mythology, the universe began as a giant chaotic egg.
Oh.
From this egg, Pangu, I don't know what it was.
Pangu. The name of the egg is Pangu. Oh.
The first being hatched and grew enormous. As he stretched, the egg split into two. And the light parts became the sky,
right.
And then the heavy parts formed the earth.
Right.
And then Pangu held the two apart until he died. So, you know, कुखुरा गर्दा यस हेलो गरेर यसरी उठ्छ त्यो त्यस्तो
कुखुराको चल्ला
त्यस्तो खालके अब अन्डाबाट निस्क्यो अनि टाउकोमा भएको चाहिँ became the sky and मुनिको चाहिँ the earth.
Right.
And until he died, he held it apart. And then after he died, his body became the rivers, mountains, and even the wind.
Oh, and that's it.
So
what about the first living entities?
No, that was it. पहिला केही थिएन. There was just an egg. एउटा अन्डा मात्रै थियो. अनि त्यो अन्डाबाट चाहिँ hatch भयो.
Okay, and then those parts of the shells and like the eggs turned into whatever different elements of nature. Okay, but how? Again, the question never ends. It's like, well, how did the anda get there in the first place?
Well, I don't think anybody told me. So
yeah,
it was just there. Honestly, I thought it was interesting because it brings in an egg. A concept of the egg itself and hatching creation itself.
Right.
And I thought it was very interesting because Amroma Tetwan, Hinduism, I mean, we were brought up Munthan,
Samudra Manthan.
Samudra Manthan
the churning of the cosmic sea.
भगवानहरु आएर अन्त त्यो गरेर सबै गरेर निस्केको भन्नु छ नि त हैन. And it's like त्यति भन्न सोध्नु कहाँबाट आयो? Well,
तर त्यो भन्दा अगाडि त पहिला समुद्र मन्थन गर्नु किन पर्यो? त्यो पनि त छ नि स्टोरी.
किन गर्नु पर्यो?
Oh, you don't know?
म थाहा छ बिर्से.
त्यतिखेर चाहिँ के हुन्छ भन्दाखेरि भगवानहरुको पावर चाहिँ लिइदिएको हुन्छ के. There's this priest of some sort, like he offers God Indra, who is riding on an elephant, this is beautiful garland that I have, flower garland that he had acquired from some other apsara. Okay.
Right.
So, and then he's like, I love that. And the apsara is like, okay, huncha, Swamiji, like tabailinu. But then this Swamiji sees Indra is just like sauntering around and there's like a beautiful elephant. He's like, hey, I want to give this to you. Once again, Lord Indra, and it's tusk marakdincha ki elephant ko tusk ma junne dincha garland. Ab elephant चाहिँ हिँड्दैछ त्यो गरेर चाहिँ कहाँ गरेर त्यो garland खस्छ अनि किच दिन्छ कि उले elephant ले. And this guy who is like this ekdamai enlightened rishi who had given the garland to God Indra. So this guy...
Shout out to Rishi.
Ani enlightened rishi muni huncha ani त्यसले चाहिँ like how dare you? मैले त्यस्तो माया गरेर तिमीलाई त्यस्तो like हुन्छ नि honor गरेर त्यस्तो beautiful garland I should have kept it for myself but I gave it to you Lord Indra. तर तिमीले अलिकति पनि केयर गरेन तिम्रो हातले किल्जाइदियो मलाई यस्तो रिस उठ्यो म तिम्रो सबै पावर्स लिन्छु सबै गॉड एन्ड गॉडेसेसहरुको पावर लिन्छु भनेर भन्छ क्या.
Oh damn.
Yeah.
I didn't want the wishes I
saw. Power linchu भनेर भन्छ अनि power गयो अब त्यसरी there is imbalance in the world which means the asuras, the evils, evil forces or asura demons, so they have their powers. हैन अब गॉडले त darkness-लाई lightness गर्न पाएन.
हुनु चाहिँ कसरी भएको हो?
के चाहिँ?
And how did everything come into being मैले बिर्सेको. I know one of the उ चाहिँ के रे विष्णुको सपना हो यो सबै भनेर.
That is a different one.
That's one of the creation myths.
तर यो चाहिँ मलाई लाग्छ creation भन्दाखेरि पनि त्यो it's bringing back the balance into the universe story हो के यो. समुद्र मन्थन. चाहिँ तर
हैन उसको लागि हैन र अमृतको लागि किन लास्ट निस्किन्छ हैन
अमृत. त्यही त अमृतको लागि हो अनि goddess Lakshmi comes from the churning as well. त्यो हो नि त.
Well, अमृत मेन कुरा.
Elixir.
त्यसपछि पाइहाल्यो नि धन सम्पत्ति.
But त्यही हो त छल कपटको पनि कुरा आउँछ.
अगाडि आयो नि त भन्नु न. लक्ष्मी अगाडि आयो. त्यस लास्टमा हो नि त हैन. हो. के रे अमृत आयो.
लास्टमा आयो.
पैसाले जे पनि हुन्छ.
Yeah. No,
That's not the right lesson.
No,
But
that's
like I
not.
said, that's the lesson I learned.
तर त्यो अमृत आउँछ अनि तर अमृत आउनुभन्दा अगाडि हलाहल पोइजन पनि आउँछ क्या
शिवले लिन्छ होइन त्यो well not exactly निल्दैन घाँटीमा राख्छ हैन
कसले निल्छ थाहा छ
शिवले
exactly शिवले like everybody says like Shiva, you're the only one that can actually drink this poison. They don't explain why he's the only one.
No,
they just say
it's
like
very simple. I don't want to do it.
Exactly, it's that. होइन सोच्दाखेरि अहिले ह्युमन माइन्ड त्यस्तो गर्छ नि त अनि त्यसैले शिवले लिन्छ अनि शिवले खान्छ अनि goddess Parvati comes and puts her hand on his throat while he is swallowing it.
ननिल्नु भन्ने
होइन swallowing it so that त्यो effect पर्दैन भनेर
ननिलोस् घाँटीमा बस्छ टाइप
हो अनि पछि त्यस्तो गरिसकेपछि के हुन्छ भन्दाखेरि अब कसैले पनि खानु पनि परेन त्यो ड्रप गरेर पोइजनस भएर पुरा त्यो पनि गर्नु परेन ध्वस्त पनि गर्नु परेन so ever since it was such a strong poison that his throat turns nilo. That's why it's called Nilkant.
YouTube, this is Nepali, this is not Angrezi. I have to say or Hindi.
Hindi. This is Hindi, definitely Hindi. Yeah, I speak Hindi as well, so everybody
struggle.
speaks. You struggle?
I struggle.
I don't struggle.
तुम्हारे नाम क्या है?
No, but try.
के भन्छ?
Try something like about the cosmic egg के बारे में कुछ.
Cosmic egg के भन्छ? अंडे. संडे हो मंडे रोज खाओ अंडे लो.
आज अंडा खाया कि नहीं?
आज नहीं खाया रे हम. ये अंडे जब जीते तो आ जाता है बहुत कुछ हमको डकार. डकार हिंदी हो?
I can't. Oh my god, that's so funny. Okay, but you need to improve on your Hindi. I feel like Hindi is very easy for Nepalis.
सबैले त्यही भनेको अरे खोइ आउँदैन आफूलाई.
हैन, practice गरे पनि आउँछ. न ठीक छ.
Yes.
So that was a little bit of Samudra Manthan. We can definitely deep dive into that. I can definitely deep dive into any of these myths anytime. But today we're particularly talking about the creation myths. So you told us a little bit about Mr. Pangu.
Yes. थाहा पनि छैन एक्ज्याक्ट प्रोनाउन्सिएसन पंगु पनि हुन सक्छ क्या इट्स चाइनिज हैन थाहा छैन लास्टै पंगु रहेछ मान्छे भनेको सो देयर यु गो सो दैट्स माय चाइनिज को
okay
अनि अब आई गेस इट्स
I didn't know that. So like Himshail did his own research and we didn't sort of like decide on a framework of what we're going to do, right? So
you can tell by how chaotic it's getting. But there we go. So now, Upama, would you please grace us and our viewers with your creation?
So, my creation myth that I wanted to talk about today, bring to the audience, was also coincidentally about a cosmic egg story.
Is it about Pangu?
And that's why I have an egg with me, but this is a rose quartz egg. I thought it was very fit for today's occasion because we were talking about, for me, I didn't know yours is going to be cosmic egg as well. But my cosmic egg does not come from Asia. My cosmic egg comes from the Nordic region of the country of Finland.
Oh, okay.
Right. So this is a Finnish mythology of creation. So I have lots of notes here, but let me see if I can just, I don't have to refer to my notes. So Finnish tradition, or like the ancient Finnish...
Okay, I guess we'll pick it up later.
And we're back!
Yay! Go Mansi.
So we're going to take it from this thumbnail. As I mentioned before, rose quartz egg given to me by my best friend who is actually a Finnish.
Right.
And I'm going to be talking to you about the cosmic egg myth that comes from the land of the Finns.
Okay.
Now this mythology or the story comes in the form of an epic. You know what an epic is. Please tell our audience
what an epic is. But for the people who don't know what an epic is, what would that be? It's a biggest long poem.
Exactly. It's a big ass long poem.
Mahabharata जस्तै.
Exactly. You think Mahabharata is a story, but it's actually a poem. You know, and I think so is Ramayana and so forth. But at least Mahabharata, we know for sure that it's an epic. So similarly, this is the national epic of Finland, and it has acquired so much honorifics. I know. Amongst like other myths and other like epics that exist in the European continent, that it is also like compared to the great Greek epic of the Iliad as well. So it's like very big, yeah. I mean, it's very ancient. So this epic, the cosmic egg is one part of this epic, which is the first chapter that talks about the creation, but it's a long epic of 55 runes, 55 like of these like
How
sections.
many of these sessions are we going to fit here today?
No, not many, just one.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Because he said he was at 55 and I'm like,
No.
damn, I don't think I have enough storage to...
No.
Oh.
So the name of this epic, which the cosmic egg is a part of, is called Kalevala.
Kalevalu?
No, don't say that. Kalevalu. La.
Kalevala.
Yeah.
Kalevala,
Kalevala
yes.
basically means the land of heroes.
Ah.
Right? So, okay, we start with the first rune, which is titled The Birth of Väinämöinen. This is the name of a character. You don't need to know the pronunciation. Väinämöinen. So basically how the story starts off is that there is this beautiful maiden. Right, so we need a maiden for creation, right? So this is beautiful maiden, and she is referred to as the daughter of the heavens.
Okay.
So she's referred to as daughter of the heavens / daughter of the ether.
Okay.
Right? So she basically lives in the realm of ether, right? So she is just a maiden. She's just there. She's just chilling, you know, and she's like, man, my life is so boring. She's like, my life is so boring, you know? मलाई त कस्तो के गर्न मलाई रमाइलो गर्न मलाई के like चुप लाएर के बस्ने, you know? So then she looks down because ether is ether, and then there is this cosmic ocean.
Okay.
And space, basically ether. Ani, she's like, कस्तो रमाइलो, what if I touch the ocean? She's like, what if I touch the ocean? You know, what if I do that? Like, let's see, like, it's kind of curious about it. So she's like, okay. And then she goes and then she touches the water of the ocean, and then she gets completely like taken down and snatched down by the chaos that the ocean was. This is the primordial waters.
Yeah, so
it's basically saying that the primordial ocean was very chaotic. Again, the chaos from your story as well. It was very chaotic. So it pulls this maiden down. And the maiden is like, okay, I'm like falling, you know, she's ether. And she gets swept by the waves, and then just chaotic water. And it says in the rune that त्यस्तो उसको travail, उसको toiling, like उसको गाह्रो गर्ने चाहिँ 700 yearsसम्म भयो रे के 700 yearsसम्म गाह्रो गरेर कहिले छ्याप्लाङ उता जस्तो chaos थियो कि the waves were so chaotic. And 700 yearsसम्म गयो, 700 yearsसम्म त्यो जाँदा after 700 years she falls pregnant.
Damn, how that happened?
Yeah. Like, you know, but this is only story time. This is not like
biology. Yep, that much is sure. 100%.
But we can discuss about how symbolically it meant what's here. No? So story matches this. So she falls pregnant. She used to be the maiden of ether, but now she becomes pregnant, and she's now referred to as a mother of water, the water mother. Okay. Right now, the maiden of ether is now the water mother. Okay. Now, another thing is that immediately after the maiden, say gaya pani ma, so after conception, the chaotic water is calm.
Oh.
The chaotic water is very calm. And then at this point, now that she's pregnant, it's what is pregnancy? You know, yes, it's beautiful, but like the truth is, pregnancy is tough. You know, a woman's body is going through a massive amount of change. So likewise, even if here typically she's not a woman, but she is a maiden, now a water mother. So she is now pregnant. And pregnancy will like garo huncha. And then for 9 years, saying she is lamenting, she's like regretting, like, oh, if only I was still up in the freedom and the liberation of the ethers, I wouldn't have to have like suffered this kind of pain.
For 9 years.
There's this for 9 years. 9 ages of man bhaneko cha ke. Now this is an epic that dates back to 1800s.
Okay.
The 1800s ma yo epic lai चाहिँ the authorहरूले चाहिँ minstrelsहरुबाट कलेक्ट गरेको के.
Right.
त्यतिखेर चाहिँ मच्योर भएर कम्पोज गरेर एउटा एकमुष्ट बनाएको. तर त्यो भन्दा पनि कति एजेस ब्याकको कुरा हो that this myth had been, this epic had been sung and passed on. You know. So it says 700 years पछि चाहिँ conception भयो, pregnant चाहिँ 9 ages of man भनिन्छ के. And I don't know, I have not tried to decode like what that means in linear terms, because I don't think we should even try to.
No idea what it means. 9 ages.
9 ages of, like, I think it refers to epochs, Bunny.
How long is an epoch?
That's the thing. Epochs are long, like yug. भन्छ नि हामीले.
Okay.
त्यो हो के.
So
like
700 वर्ष पागलङ पुगलङ भयो, 900 वर्ष
900 no ages of man.
No उमेर मान्छेले. No, त्यो चाहिँ
मानव जातिको no वर्ष. No 9 ages of man.
You're getting hung up on the wrong thing. Okay, अनि त्यसपछि के भयो? Okay. अहिले कति उमेर पुग्यो भने ल.
अनि so 9 ages of man, she was pregnant. Then she's like, I know, अनि उले के भन्छ भन्दाखेरि, oh, had I only like, उले regret गर्छ. मैले किन यस्तो क्युरियस भएर म त्यस्तो आएँ, म माथि नै हेभनमा बसिराख्नु पर्ने, इथरमा बसिराख्नु. अनि oh, it's a beautiful pigeon up there.
Focus.
So then she prays. Then she prays to the Father of the heavens. She says, "O King of the heaven, please take me out of this pain. Please take me out of this pain, because every motion in this water is pain," she says. You know?
Is this after birth or?
No, she's still pregnant.
Oh,
she's still pregnant. You know? And she's a part of the water now. She's still pregnant. And take me out of this pain. Ani, after her supplications, I don't know what this means, but after her supplications, heaven bata a beautiful duck.
Okay.
Duck ko a beautiful duck flies down. So the beautiful, it says it's a beautiful duck, no color, no feathers, whatever. Beautiful duck flies down.
Naked duck.
I know, one feather ko color just a beauteous duck. So the duck fly and then duck is flying around, and then he asks, where is the hillock? There is no hillock because it's only water. I need to find a suitable place to lay my egg.
I'm sorry, I'm just imagining a Nangal duck. Sorry. I'm sorry. I apologize. Sorry. It's
And the duck is now like soaring, it's flying around and like going around and like, egg. There's no land formation back. Why
does the duck want to lay an egg now? Oh, but okay.
In the story, heaven but आउने बित्तिकै भारी भएर आयो अनि पछि she wants to like lay an egg. अनि so duck tala माथिबाट heavensबाट तल आयो अनि पछि she looks around, there's no place to lay an egg, and there's like, where is the hillock? So this is all like singing, right? So she's like, oh, I don't have like a suitable hillock or like a land, to like lay my eggs in. And then the water mother, she's like, oh, I can hear her like singing and
squawking about
quacking, quack a plea. And then so in the epic it says that then the water mother lifted her knees.
Oh, okay.
So she lifted her knee from the water. So lift knee गर्ने बेलामा there's a hill of that forms.
Okay.
Right? So the doctor's like, oh, aha, there. Like, you know, so the duck goes very nicely. She sits down on was it the left or the right knee? Now I get confused. I think it was the left. And I feel like with these left and right body parts and the numbers and all of that, there is some sort of significance because I just tend to think deep, I think.
हुन सक्छ त्यही त
हुन सक्छ अब त्यो थाहा छैन हैन सो
हामीलाई थाहा भएन
हामीलाई थाहा भएन सो लेफ्टमा चाहिँ गएर मजाले बस्छ डकले गएर बस्छ अनि चाहिँ oh this is so comfortable I'm going to lay an egg भनेर भन्छ अनि चाहिँ 1 egg lay गर्छ 6 वटा golden egg lay गर्छ एउटा चाहिँ ironको egg lay गर्छ के
hot dang
like ironको egg and I was just like what is an ironको egg you know but anyways so that's what it's 7 altogether 7 is a very like spiritual and very lucky number अनि त्यसपछि lay egg गरिसकेपछि what do birds do after they lay an egg lay eggs a clutch of egg what do they do
I don't know
they sit on it they sit on it to incubate
के गर्छ
they sit on the egg like any bird do I dare to say that yeah so they sit on the egg to like warm it and incubate it so that it would hatch so duckle mathi gaera bascha majjale so this is all happening in the knee of the water mother so she's sitting अनि अब बस्यो अनि वरिपरि त्यो डकको वरिपरि बसेको चाहिँ एरियाको पानी चाहिँ तातो भएर आयो किनकि बस्यो नि त उ अनि फेरि तातो बढ्दै गएर त्यो यति तातो भयो कि त्यो वाटर मदरको एन्टायर बडी कस्तो तातो भयो उसलाई she's like I can't it's too hot मलाई अतिको अप्ठ्यारो भयो यसरी चल्यो के वाटर मदर यसरी चल्यो अनि त्यो फाउन्डेसनबाट त्यो नेस्ट नभएको त्यो एग छ नि पनि झर्यो So now all of these 7 out of which was 6 and 1 was iron 6 was gold and 1 was iron त्यो सबै झरेर goes all the way down to the deep they say boundless waters
okay
the bottom of the deep boundless water like so beautiful right it's boundless but there's a bottom of it and then
it's like saying the bottom of the bottomless pit
yeah right
I don't know if it's beautiful but it's paradoxical
it's paradoxical but that's what's the beauty I found it like wow everything has an end. Okay.
I only lived when I died.
Bottom of the boundless water. And गएर फुट्छ. जाने बेलामा फुट्छ.
कुन चाहिँ iron को कि
So त्यस्तो चाहिँ golden त्यस्तो गर्छ it says all the eggs break. सबै फुट्छ हैन सबै फुट्छ eggs फुट्छ अनि त्यसमा पनि सबै eggs फुटिसकेपछि shells हरू चाहिँ become one divides into two parts मा हुन्छ हैन अनि
नो पाङ्गु
पाङ्गु छैन यसमा चाहिँ पाङ्गु छैन अनि त्यो shells को upper part चाहिँ गएर heavens भन्न जान्छ अनि lower part चाहिँ गएर earth भन्छ हैन terra भनेछ के त्यसमा चाहिँ earth भनेछ terra भनेछ so हुन जान्छ and then what are the other obvious parts of the egg is a yolk and the white what do you think what do you think formed out of the yolk?
I don't know, the sun.
Yes.
So
we got the sun from the yolk and then we got the moonbeam, it says. Moonbeam, so basically moon. Because moonbeam kina bhancha bhandaheri in Finnish language, ku bhandaheri is
Did all the yolks combine into one?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's how I understood it as well. Okay. अनि त्यसपछि the debris of whatever is remain त्यो चाहिँ माथि गएर stars भन्छ हैन अनि what happened to the iron egg something happened to the iron egg the motley bits and then the clouds there was clouds as well clouds को formation पनि हुन्छ त्यहाँ गएर so clouds को formation पनि हुन्छ हैन त्यहाँ गएर त्यो I think it is because of the iron egg
okay.
so अब हाम्रो land आयो हाम्रो heavens आयो भन्नाले दुईटा हैन up above and below आयो अनि stars moon sun आयो the most important solar bodies or celestial bodies आयो अनि त्यसपछि duck को छैन duck कहाँ गयो उडेर गयो के गर्यो त्यो पनि डुब्यो त्यो के थाहा छैन है what do we still have now we still have the water mother she's still pregnant
oh okay
I know the water mother ko यसमा पो त भएको अन्डा हो नि त water mother is still pregnant So it says that for how many more summers for one? So there. For 8 summers and 8 winters, she's still pregnant. Ani kosto, like, now this is trying to say that she's in her last trimester. She's very closing towards giving birth. Okay? Usko pain, usko travail, चाहिँ झन् मात्रै गाह्रो, झन् मात्रै complicated भएर
तितरा खान मलाई
अनि त्यसपछि so she's still pregnant and एकदम गाह्रो हुन्छ नि. So त्यसमा चाहिँ के भनेको छ भन्दाखेरि with every turn and every movement that she makes, so as a water mother चाहिँ अब move गर्छ, she moves on her back, then उसको back को यता side कोले छोएपछि island बनेर आउँछ.
Okay.
उसको यतापट्टिको ब्याकले छोएर आइसकेपछि यस्तो ठुलो लाइक
पानीबाट निस्केपछि
पानीबाट होइन पानीमै चलिरहेछ ऊ.
Okay.
She's still a water mother. पानीमै चलिरहेछ तर पानीले चलेको बेलामा पनि अनकम्फर्टेबल भएर चल्ने बेलामा यो पार्ट अफ द ल्यान्ड फर्म भयो, यो पार्ट अफ द आइल्यान्ड फर्म भयो. अनि के भनेछ rock formationsहरूको बारेमा कुरा गरेको छ. And often if you've ever traveled to Finland or up in the Nordics, and specifically Finland, you will realize that it's of this formation, this particular like verses from this rune number 1 is describing the geographical the topography of Finland, which lots of rocks, lots of like swamps. Finland basically means land of swamps, basically. You know, this to form it's 1,000 islands. We've got 1,000 islands in Finland. अनि त्यहाँ गएर so त्यो form भएन. अनि त्यसपछि now I'd like to take you back to the very title of the rune, which was, do you remember?
No.
The birth of Väinämöinen.
Of course I wouldn't remember that.
Now
the birth of Väinämöinen.
Väinämöinen, yeah. So now this character Väinämöinen in the Kalevala epic, the national epic of Finland, is the legend, is the hero. Okay? So this is just his birth.
Oh.
Right? Okay, but he's still not born yet.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also he's suffer गर्दैछ, third trimester हुँदैछ है water mother को.
Okay.
Ani it says there that the great Väinämöinen, he then awakes once again. That why am I in this prison for so long? So that means the baby, which is not the water mother, is like above. This means the pregnancy को term complete हुन आयो because baby पनि complete हुन आएपछि के हुन्छ थाहा हुन्छ बाहिरको आवाज सुन्छ हो कि हैन when it's still in utero the last but it's still in the last. So 9 months पुगिसकेपछि delivery को time सँग आएपछि बाहिरको कुराहरु सुनिसक्छ नि त. परिपक्व भन्नाले अब बाहिर आउनलाई वर्ल्डमा आउनलाई भइसक्यो, fully developed भइसक्यो. So in the same way Väinämöinen, the hero of Kalevala, he's like, why am I in this portal, why am I in this prison भनेर, I need to get out of here, like. And then he sends out supplications to, oh great sun, oh great moon, I'd like to see you, oh great bear. Also, oh great bear, the animal bear. Like, come to take me out. Come to take me out, once again.
So bear is the part of the I'm getting a little confused.
It's very symbolic, and you're going to be like, okay.
All right.
Just keep your curiosity on. So, great supplication goes from in utero of the water mother, and then nobody comes to help him out. No. Right? Nobody comes to help him out.
Yeah, because the sun is just a couple of smashed up yolks together. Oh yeah.
Yeah, and the moonbeam is just like, Mom, I'll do whatever the sun is saying because I'm just reflecting him, you know, and अनि so कोही पनि आउँदैन अनि bearले पनि help गर्न आउँदैन. This great bear that he prays to पनि help गर्न आउँदैन. He's like, fuck this shit, you know, यो portalबाट त मै निस्किन्छ. And again यसमा चाहिँ left leg को कुरा गरेछ. The toes of the left leg ले गएर उले portalलाई खोल्यो भनेर भन्छ के. So now he is initiating his own birth. So यसमा चाहिँ left leg को बारेमा वर्णन गरेको छ. That sounded so very good.
Burn गरेको छ. Yep. with the left
I mix up so many languages. Okay.
Right.
Burnon. वर्णन गरेको छ
Bernie Sanders on that. Cute. Okay. so left leg
को बारेमा चाहिँ लेखेको छ कि that Vainamoinenले चाहिँ अब left toes upon his left foot toes upon his left foot ले गरेर चाहिँ portal खोलेर चाहिँ he pushed himself head forward out onto the splashed into the deep waters. So basically he induced his own birth. Right? So out in the water and त्यसपछि चाहिँ waterमा आइसकेपछि पनि उसले चाहिँ let me just like look at मैले लेखेको छ कि यहाँ so he swims in all directions. And I was like, whoa, I'm not in Euro anymore. Like there's waves and there's currents. You know, I need to get used to this, you know. So this is basically the first cry of a child.
Okay.
You know, when it comes out like, what is this environment? I do not like it. You know, this is unsafe. That's what you're thinking. Not I'm thinking. The baby is thinking. So he's like, oh, this water. So he swims. It says in the epic that he swims westward. He swims eastward, northward, southward. यसरी नै 5, 6, 7, 8 yearsसम्म swim गर्दै जान्छ until he comes across a promontory.
That's a pretty dim baby, isn't it?
What do you mean?
I mean, एउटै डाइरेक्सन गए भए त हुन्थ्यो नि त
हैन तर त्यही त हो नि अब
if I go here अनि यता गएर फेरि यता आएर यहाँ आयो
basically I feel like this is very symbolic, like describing of an actual human being को pregnancy and childbirth. किनकि child पनि तिमीले 9 years भनेपछि like 9 ages of man and 9 months in our real linear life मा चाहिँ जसरी भए पनि आउँछ नि आउँछ बच्चा. You know what I mean? Like, of course, कति हप्ता कति महिनाहरू त्यो हुन्छ तर 9 किन भन्छ because 9 मा चाहिँ त्यो completion हुन्छ त्यो खास अब induced labor त हुन्छ तर often before ancient time हरूमा induced हुँदैन थियो नि त आफै आउँथ्यो. The water would break itself. Right? So which means that in this also उसले आफै नै आफ्नो induce गर्यो भन्न खोजेको के creation हो हैन अनि त्यसपछि आइसकेपछि तर क्रिएसन भइसकेपछि the world is not what it was for us inside our mother's womb, you know. Even if like as a child you were like हतार छ 9 महिना पुगिसकेपछि हतार हुन्छ आउँछु निस्किन्छु it's just the law of nature. तर बाहिर आइसकेपछि like shit and then that's why you cry. Cry is always signaling what? Discomfort, sadness, is it not? Until we die. So, okay, let's go back to Kalevala. So for 8 years, he gets to a promontory. You know, promontory is this highest of the land
the knee.
Scape. I know. Land or भइसक्यो.
Okay.
Land, island, rock, सबै form भइसक्यो.
Oh, okay.
I know, I was a birth आयो. So this guy is basically the first entity to in the Finnish myth in Kalevala, first entity to enter world after creation भइसक्यो हैन तर यो चाहिँ मान्छे in a sense मान्छे पनि नभए mythical being भन्नु पर्ला यसमा चाहिँ अनि पछि उ फर्म हुन्छ. So this is basically the birth of the great enchanter Vainamoinen. Now this is only the first rune out of 50 of Kalevala. And this was the creation myth that I chose. Because I'm actually diving in more details into all 50. Because I just figured that once a creation myth that I was like, no man, this shit is too intriguing. Like this is very interesting. But also I went into like detail.
Lama pani lama so interesting. I think there's a lot more that we're skipping over. So त्यो भएर म अलिक धेरै कन्फ्युज भइरहेछु यहाँ अलिअलि but you know it's very interesting because the cosmic egg को चाहिँ the only thing that's similar to pongu is the के भन्छ
shells
the shell त्यही त खगरा चाहिँ माथि गएर sky अनि त्यति मात्रै भयो नत्र भने चाहिँ yeah I mean it's
but that's the thing with different epics from different regions is they are set in a kind of mythological setting that people of that region can relate to. Mahabharatma अब तपाईले त्यो अन्डाको त्यस्तो ल्याएर हुन्थ्यो होला तर त्यो आइल्यान्ड यताउता भनेर रक फर्मेसन स्वम्प भनेर maybe we wouldn't have like ancient Mahabharatको time of India wouldn't have like maybe we can relate to Mahabharata also a little bit more somehow with the gods.
I mean हैन अब के रे region
अनुसार
region lock रे हैन region specific त हो त्यो त आफ्नो मान्छेले अब गर्न सकेन भने अब कल्पना गर्दा त्यही त हो आफ्नो के देख्छ अगाडि त्यसलाई त पूरा गर्ने हैन so that was Yudmuden.
But okay.
No, what was it? It wasn't Yudmuden.
Kalevala.
No. Usko naam?
Väinämöinen,
not Yud. Väinämöinen.
yeah.
Väinämöinen and the Finnish creation
myth. Tara, wait, I would like to, this is going to be so interesting if anyone is thinking what that great bear was symbolizing. What comes to your mind?
A bear. Balu.
Yeah.
Kale balu.
Yeah. No, I didn't say black bear. Great bear. Now think Nordic. Think north. And you'd actually taken this, what this is, Austin, last time we met.
I've taken what this
So
means.
basically, yolk bata sun banyo,
Yes.
whites bata moon banyo, and then the scattered bits bata stars banyo.
Right. Oto.
So he supplicated to the sun, the moon, and the stars. So what is the great bear?
Poop? I'm sorry, I don't know what. I can't.
Who is poop?
I don't know. It's the poop from the Earth Mother. I mean, not the Earth Mother. The water bear. I don't know. What is brown?
The poop of the Earth Mother? No.
No, it's not.
So if we think about the Nordics, and if I don't know if you're a big night sky fanatic like I am, do you look up? No, okay. So if you do look outside into the sky, there are certain constellations that you can see. Eta Nepalbata, Kathmandubata, and then maybe so the constellations that you'll see maybe from the southern hemisphere, like Australia, then it is different that you would see at this time period of the year. Similarly, Finland, Sweden, or Mathibata, which is really northern hemisphere, जुन चाहिँ constellation यहाँबाट देख्छन् त्यहाँ अर्कै देख्छन् okay? Because stars is all around us and there's a position where you're looking at the constellations from. So the great bear, which is very important in Finnish, I would say, mythologies or astronomy pani, is referring to the great constellation of Ursa Major.
Oh, okay.
Which is called the Great Bear. Ursa Major.
I know there's a song called Ursa Major.
Yeah. So Ursa Major is a great bear, okay? Big bear.
Okay.
Because there's a Ursa Minor.
Right.
Which literally looks like the Ursa Major, but like a mini version. But why is Ursa Major such a important constellation?
Out of all the bits of the shell, why that particular grouping?
Yeah, why?
I don't know. I'm asking you too. I don't know why. Why is it in Finnish mythology?
And I'm sure like Swedish mythology, and if there is a स्टार्सहरुको बारेमा व्याख्या गरेको छ भनेपछि भनेको छ भनेदेखि उर्सा मेजर चाहिँ वर्णन गरेको छ भने हो भनेदेखि चाहिँ त्यहाँ उर्सा मेजर चाहिँ कहीँ न कहीँ गएर चाहिँ ठुलो हुने लाइक important significant हुने आउँछ के and it is because one it's a cluster of stars or you can't really say clusters Pleiades that are group of stars, constellation of stars. So one of the stars of Ursa Major is the Polaris.
Okay.
Which is the North Star.
Oh, okay.
Which is the star that has always been the sailor's star. That means if you look at the star on the night sky, you know you are facing north.
Christianity, isn't that Lucifer?
I don't know if North Star is called Lucifer. Lucifer has another...
Oh wait, no, he's the evening star.
Evening star, yes.
Am I getting confused with Lord of the Rings?
मैले त Lord of the Rings पढाएको छैन, so I will not be bringing any references from Lord of the Rings.
Sorry, I'm getting confused.
Yeah, I think evening star, like say Lucifer, like evening star from Mansa. But there's an interesting theory about like the evening star being actually Venus and people thinking that.
What? Because Lucifer's so beautiful. Well, Lucifer is supposed to be the fairest of all the angels. Or whatever.
Exactly, Luciferus. Lucy Light.
I think we're stressing it out. Anyway, so that was the
This is how
finish.
it is, yeah.
And you know what? In the interest of time, we will be covering more on our podcast, which will be up in the description. Please go sunnu after this.
Please go
where
listen to us.
I will bring up Gnosticism, which I really like.
I love that.
You like Gnosticism? I love Gnosticism.
I haven't dove
it's
into the
too hard to
boundless.
get too deep
Yeah,
into.
it already is.
But no, it's too hard, I think. But the main process that I like about Gnosticism is that it's the exact opposite of every sort of creation myth or like every sort of what we would like to call Bhagwan or God. It flips it on the head. Okay? That's what I love about Gnosticism, and we will talk more then.
Yeah.
So until the next time, thank you for joining us. We're so happy. There's the egg.
There's the egg.
That's the iron egg. Well, the rose quartz egg जुन चाहिँ फुटेन. So iron egg पनि फुटेन हैन.
Iron egg फुट्यो. तर त्यसको चाहिँ के भयो भने चाहिँ राम्ररी गएर छैन के explain.
I mean, it must have been a hell of a thing to pass out an iron egg. Gold is sort of malleable, isn't it? If it's like what, 14 carats?
Bichara duck.
Bichara duck, Bichara Earth Mother. She's just singing that. Oh my God, it hurts the foot coming out. Yeah. Anyway, thank you for joining us, and we'll hope you'll join us for more. That does it for Azuko Kurakani, and we'll have another Kurakani up soon. Until then, take care and stay cool. From the both of us, bye bye. All right, there we go.